Hey, can I be honest with y'all? Can I just have a candid moment with y'all and let y'all know why Glow with Mimi and the evolution are so important to me? They're important to me because I felt so low and broken in certain points of my life. And I really just felt like sometimes I felt like giving up, but then I realized that that wasn't an option. But out of all the emotions I felt, uh, sadness, rejection, pain, bitterness, I felt like the hardest emotion for me to deal with during the process, that relationship, that marriage that I was just in, the hardest thing for me was the guilt. I felt so much guilt because it wasn't just me that got done that way. It wasn't just me. And I felt like it was wrong for the things that happened in my marriage. It was wrong for those things to happen, true indeed. But what I really felt bad about is that this situation that I was in, because of the choice I made, involved other people too. I carried so much guilt, and I felt like, wow, this is because of the person you chose and you allowed this. And how come you weren't more vigilant? How come you weren't more discerning? What's wrong with you? How did you let this happen? And it was just so much guilt on top of the anxiety and everything, depression, all these different emotions that I had to carry along with this guilt. And when I got to the self-evaluation stage of my evolution, and everyone evolves, we continue to evolve until we leave here. So there's still yet much work to be done. But when I got to the self-evaluation stage of my evolution, I found myself angry at myself, and I cried a lot, but it felt really good to be able to release the guilt that I felt, because I was like, hey, I didn't just make a bad situation for myself. I made one for the people that I love most too. But then I realized that blame has no place in joy, in growth. When you look for someone to blame, that's not growth. You take accountability for your actions. And from the moment you learn the lesson, you forgive yourself. You forgive yourself and you keep moving forward. And so what is this? That's what I learned during that process. And now I get to just share myself and share what I learned. And that's why this is all so important to me, because I feel like it could really help some people. And maybe they'll read my book or they'll see my content, and then they will be able to recognize, male or female, a narcissist or a toxic individual, and they'll be able to recognize some of these things, and they'll be able to make different decisions than I did. Because I don't feel that everyone has to go through a situation in order to learn. I feel like we could learn from the people that came before us. I mean, like, God help us. Hopefully we're all trying to do that. And so what I'm trying to do, the way that I'm trying to leave my mark, is by sharing myself and being vulnerable and sharing what I learned, because I understand that my perspective is unique, and uh my experiences, there are a lot of people that went through some of the similar things. So I will be able to share this and just place it in your laps, and just let you decide whether or not you want to listen to what I have to say. But if I just put it out and I just express to people, hey, this is what happened, maybe you can learn from it, and then instead you can just know ahead of time, rather than finding yourself in a negative situation and having to hurt first before you learn and grow. So let's just help each other, let's glow together. There's room and space for everyone, and no one is above or beneath anyone. And I think that's just the point of it all, to figure out what makes you happy and do what makes you happy. And what makes me happy is helping people and making them feel good, or maybe preventing hurt. I guess that's it. All right. Yeah, that's it. Just wanted to just express some thoughts without rehearsing, and just like a real few minutes, just to let you know who I am and what I'm trying to do. And I hope you join me and glow with me.